ready to shoot? Go for it.
What are we talking about first then?
How about talking about your RD Wryters and your book that you're coming out with? And give a little insight on this.
Alright, Alright, well, we are RD Wryters, and RD actually stands for Real Dreams. The first book coming out that we've done is Insomnia, and it's going to feature 8 short stories mixed in. There's going to be poetry and other things mixed in with it, but there'll be 8 stories ranging from paranormal, thriller, fantasy. It's the first book of the series. We plan on doing a second book, which is going to have sequels, to the original stories.
Can you give us a little hint on what like your story's about, like what your book's going to be about?
Story, you're going to walk into something new. It's not going to be anything in reference to the story you've read before.
And there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
There's, some stories are a little longer than others, and there's shorter ones, so you don't really like sitting and reading a million pages. So everyone should be happy.
Yeah. I think another cool thing about our book too is that they're all original. You're never reading a story that somebody else has done. They all are completely, new ideas and, their own.
Maybe the girls are saying the ones that are fantasy, like werewolves and vampires.
Yeah.
It seems to be the thing that's flying around right now. More like angels and demons and that type of thing as far as fantasy is concerned. So
we don't always believe that, someone that's dark or evil, is just completely bad. Like, sometimes, there's people that are supposed to be on the good side that are really the bad ones. We don't go on the whole light versus dark. It's more of, within certain, just those individual characters. Like I said, a lot of times, the majority of the ones in the first book we're doing, a lot of them were dreams. Now, a lot of it's been altered from the original dream that I had. It was kind of like you took the main details of the dream and then, fed that into the story. And then usually what would happen is that it comes out, so Cindy, I had this really weird dream. And, oh yeah, well, what if we did this? And then that's how the story, starts. And a lot of, the title Insomnia really comes from, the sleepless nights we had because, we would sit up and get, this really wicked story going, and just there would be no sleep that night. We would stay up until it was written.
We were so afraid that if we didn't put it on paper, we just put it on. So we would stay up, and I don't know how many nights there would just be.
just
midnight runs the sheets and
Oh, yeah.
bounce ideas back and forth to each other, and then, most people, when they read our stories, they right away are like, okay, did one person write this or two? Because we have 2 very unique styles of writing. But together they really complement each other, where one is better at the dialogue or one's better at description. You get all in one. We have a writer's mix that keeps us motivated and really keeps,
Plus more ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you get into like a trance every day, like when you start thinking about stories? Or do you does it affect you like in your dreams or anything? Or?
I've always been a very vivid dreamer. I think it's more when I think about trying to think of a good story that I don't, where I just kind of let things happen, and that's when I get my best ideas. Definitely, we do go into a trance. I mean, people will walk in and out of the room we're working in and have full conversations. So we've learned to teach our body to nod at the correct time, to say no, to say yes, and then later, they'll be like, oh, you said I couldn't, and be like, you need to have a station. Because we become complete zombies.
Well, that's cool.
I think we seriously survive on caffeine.
Oh, man.
Really? Ours is soda.
So you got this book written out, and you're getting ready to write another one, and you're still are you shopping around for a publisher?
We have, I would say, 4 or 5 different publishing places interested. We're more or less really looking through everything to find, who would best suit us. During that time, we're kind of just going through the book and putting it together and, rechecking for any mistakes. He's really doing a lot of editing on it right now.
That's cool. And what's the name of this book again?
Insomnia.
Insomnia.
Insomnia. From RD Wryters.
This will be the first of the series. Insomnia 2, you'll you'll see a lot of news stories, but you'll see the second parts to some that are in the first.
Well, we're looking for Detour too.
Well, that's what's going to be next. We originally wrote Detour in script form, so that's actually the next project we're working on.
A full-length novel.
I think that our style of writing, especially, being that we are really huge into movies, it really, if you read our stories, you're reading almost in a movie form. Like we do it like what we would want to see on film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we draw like where, you know, something big is going to happen. We draw out that suspense in a paragraph.
Alright, what do we got? What else we
We
got?
got some upcoming horror movies.
That's it? Alright.
It's coming out in limited theaters on the 9th of April. It's not coming to your theater, then